Hi, what's your name?
My name is Richard Robles.
Okay, Richard. Now, do you go by Richard or Dick or what?
Rich is fine.
Rich? Okay, friends call you Rich.
Uh-huh.
Okay, why don't we start off and, well, first of all, tell me about yourself. Who's Rich Robles?
Well, I'm originally from Los Angeles, and my family and I recently moved here to Las Vegas, and I've lived here a little over 4.5 months. Professionally, I worked in the shipping industry for over 21 years. And have 14 years experience as an information technology professional. I developed my way from being a computer technician into IT management and eventually into technology training management, where I coordinated, planned, facilitated many technology training programs and user certifications and computer-based trainings.
Okay. Well, now, when you're in training or when you're working with people, how do you, Rich, how do you manage people? How do you motivate them? How do you get the most out of people for the organization?
Well, I believe good leadership is closely tied to human relations, which originates from our hearts. And with that in mind, I kind of developed my own style of leadership, which I call the triple E style of leadership. And the 3 E's are empathize, encourage, and execute. And this leadership style helps build relationships, builds human character, employee character, and the desire to do the right thing and to do it well. And the first E, which is empathize, I try to relate and understand how the person feels. I put myself in their position and also ask high-gain questions to get their perspective. And that's how I empathize. The next E is encourage. I'm supportive. I reinforce their purpose as a team member and try to make their job sound reinvigorating. And I also give them the right tools and resources and acknowledge their accomplishments and also display my own personal ambition and drive to succeed. And that's how I encourage. And the last T is execute, is we establish a goal, establish a mission statement, and develop a plan so they know exactly what is expected from them, and then review in detail their progress. And also carefully listen to their ideas, suggestions, and concerns. And that's how I execute.
Very good. I guess looking back on your career, Rich, thus far, is there an accomplishment or maybe some achievement that stands out particularly that you could share with me?
Well, I believe it's probably my most recent assignment, which was a technology trainer. I was responsible for holding a training program for newly created positions. There were specialist positions throughout the industry, and this position freed up the office supervisors to work more with their employees. And my job was to develop a 3-week training program that would train these specialists in areas of customer care, people and communication, dispatch, payroll, and safety and compliance, and of course the new applications they would be working with. And one of the problems that we had was scheduling, because these were part-time positions, finding a good location, a good training facility for them, and also working with their managers to allow them to be freed up for these workshops. Those were our main obstacles. And we also had to search for subject matter experts to present the areas of expertise. And my job was to develop this training program. And I had a team of 4 technicians that helped me do this. And what we did that was successful, that was different from the other regions throughout the country, is that instead of using a centralized facility for training, we did a tour. We've traveled over 500 miles to go to some of these locations to train these people.
Sure.
And it allowed them to be freed up because it was mostly during their shifts. Sure. So we had to be flexible in our scheduling.
It didn't interrupt productivity probably as much as they had to come into a central location.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And it kept costs down also, because they didn't have much travel to do.
Yeah.
So we were able to, with the cooperation of the managers, we were able to do this workshop, 3-week workshop in 10 months instead of the whole year. So we finished 2 months prior to our deadline. And we were recognized in the region as of the 6 districts in the region to be the best training team in the district.
Very good, very good, well said. Well, I guess bottom line, Rich, as is always the case, there's always, I don't know, 3 or 4 good candidates. You know, the company's down, all the interviewing's been done, there's maybe 2 or 3 to choose from. Let's say there's 3, and you're one of those 3. Now, why would you encourage a company to choose you?
That's a good question. Well, first, I'm very passionate about technology, about learning new technologies. I enjoy researching new technologies and how they can make our jobs and lives easier, and also teaching others how to utilize and operate those technologies. I'm a visionary, I'm very broad-minded, I tend to look at the big picture and like venturing into new challenges. I also have a personal plan for myself to succeed in business, where I focus on 4 core areas, and that's quality service, people skills, business development, and cost control. And if I could focus on those areas and be successful, I could succeed in any business. And also, I could be a key team member because I will always treat the company as if it was my own.
Well said. I appreciate you spending some time with me, Rich.
Anytime, Chris. Thank you.
Thanks.